I'm not about to tell you any like false story. What I am about to tell you is that anything is possible. So, how do I know that? My friend here,
Oh,
right?
thank
So,
you. Thank you very much.
tell me about the different ability that we've been talking about in secret so far tonight.
Oh, well, the different ability that he is talking about is my, I don't want to call it my, I'll call it my limitation because I think we all have limitations. And my limitation is I have cerebral palsy. And I was born with it. I weigh 2 pounds and 9 ounces when I was born. And it affects the way I walk. It affects sometimes the way I talk. It can affect my motor skills. Like there are certain things like my right hand, I can't hold a pencil. I can't write because of the disability. I can't drive or anything of that nature. But I don't allow it to, or that limitation, I'm going to call it that. I don't allow this limitation to stop me from pursuing what I want to pursue, from doing things that I want to do, from going after my dreams. And I feel that everybody has a limitation, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that everyone should not allow their limitations, whatever they may be, to stop them from pursuing their dreams or goals. So
I want to be really, really transparent. I met him at the airport. I picked him up from the airport, and he was in a wheelchair. I already knew about him being in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
We had already had conversations about that.
Yeah.
But then he got in the car, and it was a struggle to get in the car. And I was like, oh, this is different than what I thought. But that wasn't that bad. That bad.
No.
Yeah, but it's so interesting because I had not thought about the potential severity of this condition, right? And then once we got here to where he's staying, he one of your legs is longer, right?
Yes, my right leg is longer than my left.
Yeah. And so it's interesting that I saw all of this happen. And when I tell you, none of this has ever been, I mean, we've talked about it, but none of this has ever been
Well, you've never seen it. Like, you've never seen it in person. So it's a different medium when you talk about it versus you actually get to see it in the flesh. And I have to say that's one of the things that for me, whenever I do an in-person event or whenever I date somebody, I often wonder, well, okay, how are they going to react?
Yeah.
Because it is a lot to take in.
I can imagine.
So that, I mean, it can be hard on you if you allow it to be, but I try my best to let the people know ahead of time. But I think letting them know, and then, like I said, you seeing it is a different perspective. Mm-hmm. So I understand. It can be a lot for a lot of people. But I'm a lot of things.
Right. When I saw you with this different ability, I don't use disability.
I love that.
Right. With this different ability, it made me think about all of the things that I am willing to allow in myself to keep me from being the best version of myself, right?
Don't get me wrong, I have my days where I'm like, Lord, this body, but I really wouldn't change a thing. Because I don't think I would know what to do if I woke up one day and everything was, quote unquote, fine. Because even if I were fine physically, I probably would be stunted here. Or here, or spiritually. So that we all have limitations somewhere. And just because you don't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there.
So I want to thank Leo for coming by. It is definitely a pleasure. I also wanted to say that not only is Leo a psychic, I'll put his booking information if you're interested in getting a reading at the bottom. But he is also an author, as am I. That's another one of our similarities. First of all, go buy my goddamn book, okay? nlhaddock.com. You're probably on the site right now. You hear me? Go buy my book. It's $15. Okay, free shipping. It's really good. I've gotten some really rave reviews. No, seriously. Go support us, right? And supporting you. So, Practice Boy, y'all have heard a lot about it, but this is not about me. Go buy the damn book. This is about Leo. Tell us just a little bit about your book.
Well, my book is a little different from his, but I definitely would appreciate it if anybody would go and buy my book. My book is Honey, I'm Fabulous and So Are You, and it's about my journey thus far of how I became a psychic medium and basically an introduction to who I am and what I'm about.
So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Psychic Leo, for sitting with me. Remember, you can always take your passion to prosperity.
Yeah.